Kingdom Come Deliverance a de grandes chances de faire partie de ces belles histoires de crowdfunding dans lesquelles des gens passionnés arrivent à réaliser leurs projets. À la toute base, les Tchèques de Warhorse Studios avaient pour idée de lancer un RPG médiéval à forte dimension historique. Dungeons and Dragons, comme ils aiment le répéter. Simplement, cette idée d'un RPG historique sans magie ni monstre n'avait pas vraiment ambiancé les éditeurs à l'époque, en 2012. Un investisseur s'est tout de même intéressé au délire, promettant de financer le jeu si d'aventure une campagne Kickstarter arrivait à réunir plus de 300 000 livres sterling. Avec plus d'1 million de livres accumulés à l'issue de la campagne, le projet a enfin pu débuter sérieusement. C'était en janvier 2014. Depuis, l'équipe a produit plusieurs builds, lâché pas mal de trailers et propose même depuis peu une bêta. Une situation rendue possible grâce au principe de financement participatif justement, sur lequel revient Tobias Scholz-Filling, PR manager chez Warhorse Studios.
Kickstarter in general or crowdfunding for us is a special motivation and a special challenge because we are not creating, well, we are of course creating the game we think is very cool, but it's not only about us anymore. It's also right now about the community, about the people, because we got the trust from them. We were pitching an idea, they were giving us feedback, and that's also how we treat our games. Like for the alpha, for example, we had 5 alphas, we updated it from time to time, had a small area, showed a new feature, showed a new gameplay element, and always asked, do you like that? Would you change something? Is it too hard? Is it too easy? And this way we have this special bond to the community and try to create a game together somehow. So I think that's a big plus for sure. The downside of Kickstarter or the crowdfunding is that when you see 1.1 million pounds, that's around, I would guess, let's say 2 million euro or 1.8 million euro. When people or players see this amount of money, they think that's, for every one of us, this is of course a huge amount of money. But in game development, this is, well, if you do a big AAA game and want to have so many features and those graphical standards and everything, 100 people to pay, then 1.8 million all of a sudden is like really a small amount. But those people don't know that immediately. So the downside is that maybe gamers who don't really know how much a game could cost see us now like totally rich guys and can't understand why we are not faster or something like this. So this is maybe the downside of Kickstarter, but of course, Kickstarter was just the kickstart, exactly as the terms is saying, like kickstarting the project. So we got kickstarted, the project started, the investor jumped in, now he pumps money inside, of course, we have to deliver, of course, and that's what we are doing right now, and that's the way how we got funded and how we started Kingdom Come.
Ce qui rend si spécial Kingdom Come, c'est cette volonté d'immerger le joueur dans quelque chose de réaliste et d'historique. Ce qui implique, si d'aventure on a envie d'être pris au sérieux, une collaboration avec un certain nombre d'experts et d'historiens.
Yes, so in Kingdom Come Deliverance we try to be as realistic as possible and as historically accurate as possible. And of course we need experts for that. So on one hand, and that's also very special, we have a full-time historian in our team, and she is double and triple checking all the design elements, all the way how the people talk, all the even food we are showing, even the buildings, even everything in the game is checked by her, even vegetation. Is it possible to have potatoes? No, of course not. So these kind of stuff. And on the other hand, for the combat, for example, we try to show, it's called HEMA, Historical European Martial Arts. And this is pretty much the real sword fight, the real fencing from the medieval times. And because no one of us know how to do that, we invited real sword fighters from Czech Republic and outside Czech Republic to tell us how we can bring this up to life. So they came to the studio, they got the funny motion capture suit with the dots, they showed us the animations, they did that all in our studio. They helped us to translate medieval manuscripts where sword masters from the back, from the past times, where they illustrated the way how people fought, and they're just pictures and they look very weird because there's a guy holding the sword the other way around and it looks like he's stabbing himself. But in fact those sword masters told us that this is a so-called half sword technique where they are using the sword as like a hammer to beat the opponent to death, and this is something you don't know just by looking on the picture, and you need those experts. On the other hand, this is for the features, but on the other hand, our studio is located in Prague, and the game takes place around 50 kilometers south of Prague. So we are visiting all those places, we are talking to museums, we are talking to universities. People who work on castles, taking care of castles, are amazed of our project, not because they are gamers, but because we are reconstructing the destroyed castle, and they're like totally, wow, how is that even possible? And we are trying really, our 3D and 2D guys are going to the castles, churches, take pictures of everything. With the help of our historian, we are trying to rebuild everything what is destroyed. Even a church, for example, where inside there was always paintings. Sometimes the paintings are still alive, let's say, but sometimes the paintings are totally vanished. So our historian has to think, okay, this is Church of St. Barbara, and it was usually in St. Barbara churches they had these kind of paintings, and we have real painters in our studio who are with hand repainting all the paintings of churches, castles, and whatever. So it's no assets, it's not some kind of 3D magic, but it's real. Someone is sitting there and painting all those stuff. So we have in our studio we have the gamers, like the programmers and people who of course understand those mechanics. Then we have the cultural sphere, like painters, sculptors, historians who are helping us to recreate medieval life. And then we have the academic sphere, because in the AI system we have, the full AI department of us are mathematics students from the Charles University in Prague. So they use our AI system, or they use their AI system as their PhD project. So again, it's a mixture of the computer sphere or the PC sphere, the let's say game development sphere, the academic sphere and the cultural sphere, and this makes this project so unique because it's not only a game anymore, but it's also a bit educational, a bit science, a bit game, and it's like really interesting.
Pour conserver ce réalisme, il était également impératif d'effectuer un gros travail sur les PNJ et l'IA d'une manière générale.
Well, what we try in Kingdom Come is immersion, and immersion means that we want that the player believes that he's really standing in a medieval Bohemia, that he's really, when he's looking at a person, that he should believe, yes, this person looks like a guy from the medieval times and he's doing something that I totally believe is medieval thing. And to make this happen, we need, of course, high graphics, but we need an AI system that supports everything. So what we did there is all the NPCs in the world have a daily cycle. That means that in the morning they get up, they wash themselves, they take their tools, they go to their dedicated work. The interesting thing is that after work they go home and they can choose what to do in their free time. So they can go to the pub, they can go fishing, they can do whatever they want, and they're choosing by experience. That means that if someone goes to the pub and you beat him up, he will remember this, and the next time he's about to choose where to go, he won't go to the pub anymore because he remembers something bad happens there, I need to go somewhere else. And this way, the entire world is extremely dynamic, so you don't need to interfere. This happens automatically. Technically, the game plays itself somehow, not like you are standing somewhere and after 30 hours the game is finished, but the world works without you. So if there's a guy coming to you, tells you, listen, we need to fight those bandits right now in this forest, come with me, and you decide not to go, this guy will go there, will not wait for you like with a big question marker on his head. He will go there alone, he will maybe get captured, maybe get killed, some quests will maybe be locked, maybe some other will be opened. So everything you do in this game should call a proper response. And that's what the AI system does. And our AI team always says the best AI system is the one the player does not recognize. So that's what we try. Those poor guys, if they have an awesome AI system, no one will tell them awesome. But the other way around, if the NPC is walking against the door or against the wall, they will say, that's a bad AI system.
Kingdom Come Deliverance sera peut-être une expérience particulière pour certains, les joueurs ayant plutôt l'habitude d'avoir un peu de fantastique dans leur médiéval. Mais les mécaniques RPG, le système de combat singulier et la dimension visuelle assez flippante de réalisme nous rendent plus que curieux. On sera du coup amené à vous reparler de ce Kingdom Come dans un avenir pas si lointain, le jeu étant a priori prévu pour cette année sur PC, PS4 et Xbox One.